Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at classic animation Optimus Prime from Transformers Siege War for Cybertron trilogy. As you can see here, he is also in this 35th anniversary packaging, and he is also exclusive to Walmart. Very much like Blue Streak, I had a lot of trouble tracking this down, and I had to do kind of a ship to store. It was the same kind of thing where they told me I could pick it up, but then they shipped it anyways, the whole thing. You can see the box is a little worse for wear as a result, but thankfully the figure inside looks to be perfectly fine. So it is just the normal Siege Optimus from the first wave, but done in a kind of cel-shaded paint job so that it looks like he's animated, which is really neat. I remember seeing someone online who I think was doing these as customs, like just various toys. I think mostly Masterpiece figures. They were giving them this kind of cel-shaded paint job. So I don't know if that's where Hasbro got the idea, or maybe they even hired that guy to come work for them. Hopefully he got a job because his work was really amazing. But it just looks really neat. I wasn't going to buy like another Optimus repaint, but I think there's even a Nemesis Prime version of this guy coming out later on that I think I'm going to try and track down, so I'll end up with 3 of these by the end. So never listen to me when I say I'm not going to buy something. In any case, he looks good. Robot mode, truck mode, everything looks pretty excellent. His function is Autobot Leader, so in case you weren't sure about that, they've printed it 4 times for some reason. So he is the Autobot Leader. You don't have to worry about that. But yeah, these should be showing up at Walmart. They're exclusive to Walmart. There's a Megatron as well that's cel-shaded, so I'm not going to be getting that. Again, I just said I probably... In any case, as of now, I have no intentions of buying him, but as we all know, I usually eat my words when it comes to something like that. So let's go ahead, let's get Optimus out of the packaging, and we'll take a closer look. So here is classic animation Optimus out of the box. And I have to say, he looks really cool. I like this idea. It reminds me very much of the Devastation game they did a few years back, because that was kind of the same like cel-shaded animation. And it just looked really, really neat. I would love it if they did like a line of figures like this. Like do an animated series that is this kind of animation, very similar to Devastation, and then just do the whole line of figures in this kind of cel-shaded style. I think that would be really cool. So he does come with his blaster, and then the like shield weapon that can also turn into an axe. So you can see they even tried to cel-shade the axe weapon there, and the gun as well. And then of course this can transform into the axe by flipping this around and then flipping out the blades. So this flips around this way, and then this back one flips around this way, and then you can peg that in. I mean, otherwise it's exactly the same Optimus figure. I'm going to take these off, and I will bring in the first Siege Optimus so you can compare them. I mean, he has the added value of not having any like weird gray wear, that paint scheme that they do for these figures. This guy obviously doesn't have any of that going on. He's very bright and colorful. He's got the white instead of the gray in the like thigh crotch region. But I mean, it really is the exact same toy. It's just painted differently, but it's a really cool paint job. I wouldn't rebuy the line. Like if they just said, oh, we're going to repaint every Siege toy like this, I don't need to rebuy the whole line. But I would love a line that's nothing but this, but new molds, but just all painted like this. I think that would be a really neat idea. Alright, I'm going to take this guy out of the way. We'll run through articulation real quick, but like I said, it's exactly the same as the other toy. So head is on a ball joint. Swivel for the shoulders, out to the side. Biceps swivel, 90 degrees in the elbow. Wrist can swivel. I think you have movement in the waist, don't you? It's been a minute since I've played with this toy. Yeah, there you go. There's the waist movement. Then you have out to the side, front to back in the hip, thigh swivel, 90 degrees in the knee, and then you have the ankle tilt. But yeah, they even have these panels on the shoulders move, so if you to move the arms all the way out there, don't get in the way. But I mean, the head sculpt looks great. The way they painted it is perfect. The metallic eyes look great. I love the way they cel-shaded the windows for his chest / the cab. It's just a really neat idea, and I think Optimus looks great. The reason I didn't pick up the Megatron one is I just don't think it's as successful. It's not bad, but I think Megatron is just, especially in the robot mode he's in, it's like not as iconic. Like this pretty much looks like G1 Optimus. Yes, it's a little different. You know, you have the pieces hanging off the arms and whatnot, but for the most part, this is G1 Optimus done in the, you know, cell shaded style. The new Megatron mold, and plus he's all gray, so it's harder to make that look cell shaded because it's all one color, and he's got a multitude of colors here. But yeah, Optimus looks fantastic. All right, so transformation for this guy is exactly the same as the other Optimus, but we'll run through it quick anyway. You're going to, let's see, where do we want to start? We can lift this up and then spin this around 180 and then just kind of pop this up here to hang out for a minute and come around to the back of the legs, and you're going to flip out. Now actually, is this? No, this is correct. You need to lift these sections out. I guess first we'll turn the legs around at the knee swivel there. Come around to the back and flip these out so that we can then flip these around and they'll click into place. You can also fold down the feet like that. Flip this around. This is going to fold up into here. This is going to fold up into here. And then you can go ahead and peg the legs together like so. These little panels here, and sometimes I think these are a little tricky, and I think it's a little bit easier to flip these up when they're not pegged together. These little knee panels. I always have trouble flipping this out, and I don't know why. I guess it's just because they're kind of tiny. There we go. It helps if you didn't just trim your fingernails, but go ahead and flip these out. Come on now. You can see that there's a tiny little gap there. You can get your nail or something in. I think it's just that the joints on mine are kind of tight. Okay, so once you have those, then peg these back together. And then that just kind of stays up there. So you're going to come up to this section here. You're going to flip the torso back like that. Really, it's more the waist. You can see where that slid like that, and now it flips back. Then you're going to kind of get the arms ready. This will kind of go there. These will spin around to the front. Probably put that at about half up like that. Spin that around to the front. You can flip this section out. Start to open all this stuff up. That's going to flip all the way around like that. Move the arms out of the way so you can bring the wheels that are inside his chest. And these are a little difficult as well. You want to just pop them straight out like that and bring them down. Kind of leave them all the way down for now. But I find it's a little easier to get these out with the arms and everything else out of the way. But it's still fairly difficult. Just because like they have to wiggle weird. Alright, I'm going to get this guy out of there and then we'll proceed. Alright, so now that I've gotten those down, like I said, just kind of leave them to hang down there. You're going to fold the arms back, just like every single Optimus toy since the beginning of time, and tuck the arms in just like that. So bring this arm down and back and pop that in. You're going to open up the chest like this. You're going to rotate the head down into the chest, and then you're going to kind of just start lining up panels. Like this whole thing is going to drop down. Make sure you have clearance past the windows here, and then that's going to kind of come down here and cover the hands. Alright, come on. It's a lot of just like lining up panels. These are going to peg in. You can see that, but that pegs in right there. That pegs in. This panel is going to come up, then you can close these back up. Then the wheels come up and they pop into place as well. And then this panel closes, fold that down, and there you go. You have the truck mode, also full of cel-shaded goodness. Very cool. Again, you have even more windows now that they've painted. Very, very cool. I like the look of that a lot. Everything holds together pretty well, rolls pretty well. Let's bring in the other Siege Optimus. Both looking pretty cool. Both roll about the same. If you want to store the weapons, you can peg this into here. You can see there's kind of an empty cavity back there, but you can peg that in there. You can peg the gun in anywhere you want. He's got tons of peg holes all over. Also, he works with any of the Battle Masters or Micromasters, etc. So, very cool. I really like the look of it. I think it's more successful in the robot mode, but I think the front of this truck also really looks amazing with the cel shading. So, I really think they did a nice job with it. So I think he looks great. I definitely recommend picking this one up if you have the chance. Even if you already have the original Siege Prime from Wave 1, I still recommend picking this one up just because it's a really beautiful display piece. They did a great job with the cel shading. Like I said, I'm probably not going to pick up Megatron because I kind of just wanted to have one of this kind of artwork or art style for the figure. And Prime is, to me, the clear choice out of the two. There's not really a more iconic Transformer for the brand, so it makes sense that he got the treatment for the 35th anniversary, and I definitely think they did a good job. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.